Welcome to Studio One Connecticut. My name is Dana O'Neill, and I am the creator and founder of Studio One Connecticut. Over the next 10 weeks or episodes, podcasts, I want to share what I have learned from decades of experience in theater, film, TV, commercials, acting, directing, teaching, and simply living life. Most acting schools teach two things: the art of acting and the business of acting. Both are important. In this series, we will discuss both. But I believe there is a third element, one that is often overlooked and yet maybe the most important of all. And that element is knowing yourself. At Studio One Connecticut, we teach three pillars: the art of acting, the business of acting, and knowing yourself. Today, we are going to begin with the third pillar. You're auditioning. You're showing up. You're doing all the right things, and yet you're not booking. You're not landing the room. You're not getting the call back. Today, I want to talk to you about something no one really explains in acting class and that most agents won't say out loud. You can change this. Not by pushing harder, not by fixing yourself, but by changing the thought patterns in your brain and learning how to let go. This invisible barrier. Actors often think your problem is external. They didn't like my look. They think I'm too old or I'm too young. There were over 50 people there. Casting already knew who they wanted. Sometimes those things are true, but more often the real obstacle is invisible and internal. It's the constant mental noise. Am I good enough? I need this job. I hope they like me. What if I mess up? That noise doesn't stay in the head. It lives in your body. It tightens your breath. It hardens your eyes. It shrinks your presence. Casting may not consciously identify it. Oh, but they feel it. What casting is really responding to. Casting directors are not just watching your choices. They are feeling your state of being. They're asking without words, is this person present? Are they free? Are they grounded? Can I trust them? Are they alive in the room? And here's the paradox. The actors who book most often are not trying to book. They're not proving. They're not apologizing. They're not gripping the outcome. They are available. Becoming nothing. This might sound strange, but hear me clearly. To become something powerful in the room, you must first become nothing. Now, nothing does not mean empty or numb. Nothing means no agenda, no self-judgment, no internal narration, no need to impress. When you walk into an audience as nothing, you walk in open. You let the text move through you. You let the other reader affect you. You let silence exist. You let yourself respond instead of perform. And suddenly, you're interesting. Meditation isn't spiritual, it's practical. Meditation is not about becoming calm or enlightened. Meditation is about training your mind to stop hijacking the moment. Actors who meditate, even 5 or 10 minutes a day, learn how to notice a thought without obeying it. Drop into their body faster, reset after rejection. Enter a room without carrying yesterday's failures. You don't need incense, you don't need a mantra. You need stillness. Sit. Breathe. Watch the thoughts rise and fall. That practice teaches you something crucial. You are not your thoughts. And if you're not your thoughts, you don't have to bring them into the audition. Belief is not arrogance. Believing in yourself does not mean thinking you're the best actor in the room. It means trusting this. I am enough as I am in this moment. Belief shows up as ease, as grounded feet, as a steady breath, as eyes that aren't asking permission. Casting can feel when someone belongs in the room. Belonging doesn't come from credit, it comes from self-trust. Letting go of the outcome. This may be the hardest truth. The moment you need the job, you lose freedom. The freedom is what makes performances magnetic. Letting go does not mean you don't care. It means you stop attaching your worth to the result. You show up, you tell the story, and you leave it there. Actors who book consistently have mastered this rhythm. Prepare deeply. Release completely. They do not replay the audition. They do not punish themselves. They do not wait for validation. They move on. A simple exercise before an audition. Try this right before you go in. 1. Place both feet on the floor. 2. Take 1 slow breath in through the nose, and 3. Exhale through the mouth. 4. Silently say to yourself, nothing to prove, nothing to protect. 5. Walk in. That's it. That one shift alone can change how you're perceived. Rejection is not personal, it's informational. You are not being rejected as a human being. You are not failing as an artist. You are participating in a system that requires alignment, timing, and fit. The actor who doesn't book but stays open is far more powerful than the actor who books one and collapses inward. This career is not built on one audition. It's built on resilience and presence. Final thoughts. If you're not booking right now, it doesn't mean that you're behind. It may simply mean you're being asked to release effort and step into being. Less forcing, more listening, less noise, more truth. When you stop trying to be seen, you finally are. When many people think about acting, they immediately think about becoming someone else. They imagine creating a character, learning lines, finding an accent, changing posture, and developing stage presence. All of that matters. But before you become, or I should say before you can become someone else, you must first understand yourself. Who are you? What do you fear? What do you love? What makes you laugh? What makes you angry? What breaks your heart? What inspires you? The answers to these questions become the foundation of your acting. Every character you will ever play must pass through one instrument. And that instrument is you. You are the actor's greatest tool. Not your voice, not your body, not your resume, not your headshot. You, the human being. Many young actors spend years studying technique while spending very little time studying themselves. I think that's backwards. When actors truly understand themselves, their performances become deeper, richer, and more truthful. An audience can tell when a performer is pretending. An audience can also tell when a performer is telling the truth. Truth is what creates connection. The greatest actors don't merely perform emotions. They experience them. They understand them. They allow them to live through them. And that ability begins with self-awareness. Let's talk a moment about self-love. Some people hear that phrase and immediately think it sounds soft or self-indulgent. I disagree. Self-love is the foundation of confidence. If you constantly criticize yourself, doubt yourself, or compare yourself with others, you will carry the insecurity onto the stage or onto the camera. But when you learn to accept yourself, including your flaws, something powerful happens. You become free. You stop trying to be someone else. You stop trying to imitate another actor. You stop chasing approval. Instead, you begin to trust your own instincts, and trust is essential to acting. The audience doesn't want perfection. The audience wants authenticity. Think about some of the greatest actors you have ever watched. What makes them memorable? Usually, it is not technical perfection. It is presence, it is honesty, it is vulnerability. It is the feeling that we are watching a real human being. The actor who knows himself or herself can bring that honesty to every role. When I work with actors, I often ask them questions that have nothing to do with the script. What was your happiest memory? What was your greatest disappointment? Who taught you courage? What do you regret? What do you dream about? Those experiences become part of an artistic inventory. Life is not separate from acting. Life is acting's greatest teacher. Every success, every failure, every heartbreak, every triumph becomes material. The actor who learns from life has a deeper well from which to draw. That does not mean you must have suffered greatly to become an actor. It means you must pay attention. Pay attention to your feelings, pay attention to your reactions, pay attention to your experiences, pay attention to the people around you. Observe, listen, reflect, grow. Knowing yourself is a lifelong process. At 76, I am still learning things about myself. I am still discovering strengths I didn't know I had. I'm still uncovering fears I haven't fully understood. The journey never ends. And that's good news. Because every new discovery gives you something new to bring to our work as artists. In future episodes, we will explore practical exercises for self-discovery. We will talk about emotional truth. We will discuss character development. We will examine the business side of acting. We will talk about what it means to build a meaningful life as an artist. But today, I want to leave you with a simple challenge. Spend 10 minutes alone. No phone, no television, no distractions. Ask yourself one question. Who am I? Don't answer quickly. Sit with the question. Think about it. Write about it. Explore it. Because the better you know yourself, the more truthful your acting will become. And the more truthful your acting becomes, the more deeply you will connect with your audience. These first 10 podcast episodes are completely free of charge. My hope is that you listen to every one of them with an open mind and an open heart. When these 10 episodes are completed, I will be selecting only 10 students, not 11, not 12. 10 individuals who I will personally mentor and guide through our process of discovery. No, not simply the discovery of acting, the discovery of yourself. Together we will work on understanding who you are, what makes you unique, and how that uniqueness becomes your greatest strength as an actor. We will work on new resumes, new headshots, audition techniques, self-tapes, industry involvement, and the business of acting. Most importantly, we will work on building the confidence necessary to walk into an audition room and know that you are, and know that you belong there. To be considered for one of these 10 positions, you will be required to submit an audition tape. The choice of material is entirely up to you. Choose something that speaks to you. Choose something that reveals who you are. Please send your audition tapes to manifestation71@yahoo.com. That's manifestation, MANIFESTATION, the number 7, the number 1 at yahoo.com. Manifestation71@yahoo.com. If you have questions, I will answer them. If you have concerns, I will address them. If you are willing to work, I will help you grow. Over the years, I have had the privilege of helping actors move forward in their careers. One actor I mentored secured his first agent and manager and has since gone on to work professionally as a major lead in a sitcom streaming on Prime Video. I don't tell you that to impress you. I tell you that because I believe in possibilities, I believe in talent, and most importantly, I believe in people. Everything I teach in these podcasts comes from decades of experience, successes, failures, lessons and discoveries. I am not teaching theories. I am teaching what I have learned through living. And here is one of the most important lessons I can offer you. Who was the first person to make you angry? I'm going to take that back. Who was the last person who made you angry? The answer may surprise you. It was you. Not the casting director, not the producer, not the boss, not the husband, the wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend or friend. Because anger is a choice. And if anger is a choice, then happiness is also a choice. Personal responsibility is one of the foundations of great acting. The moment we stop blaming others and start examining ourselves, growth begins. That growth creates better actors, better artists, better relationships, better health, better financial decisions, and ultimately a better life. My name is Dana O'Neill, founder of Studio One Connecticut. Thank you for joining me for this episode 1. In episode 2, we'll begin exploring the first element of acting, knowing yourself. Until then, keep observing, keep learning, and keep discovering who you really are. Again, thanks for listening. Breathe, let go, and trust that what's meant to meet you will. Dana O'Neill.